take just a couple of more, and those guys are doing some stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
You want to come down the steps a bit too?
No, the steps are higher.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Hi, I'm Chris. MLA, Ross?
I have a lot of work to do though. KRIS'S and stuff like that. I'm not sure that
Have a goal as far as it's in the band.
The only goal is to get through this one.
I think it is. Yeah.
Kristopher Knowles, and the wish that has carried him across Canada and into the city of Steinbach, right here in our school. We'll hear from Chris and from Mr. Marcello a little bit later, but we're honored to have these people here with us. We're honored to have some special guests here to help us celebrate and acknowledge Chris's commitment to his dream. We're going to begin with a message from our mayor, Les Magnuson.
Again, I met Kristopher in front of City Hall. Kristopher, I want to welcome you to our city. And I understand having a short stay here, and I wish you have a good time within our city. It's so important what Chris is doing, and I think that we as individuals, as we get older, organ donations are so very important. And I want to encourage you students to go home today and in the future and talk to your parents about the importance of being available, if something should happen to one of you, which we hope it doesn't happen, but that your organs are passed on to someone else. that can use those organs. And again, it was 4 years ago when I first met George. George came through the city. George is the recipient of a donated organ, and that's when I first met George. And George, it's nice to see you again here coming through the city. Again, I wish you well as you continue on your journey.
We are also pleased to welcome our superintendent, Mr. John Peters, who has a few words for us as well.
Thank you, Mrs. Taylor, thank you, Mr. Magnuson, and thank you, students, for welcoming Chris in such a fine fashion this afternoon. A couple of weeks ago, George called me about this assembly and this whole event, and I said, well, if the school is interested in hosting it, by all means go ahead. And it's very pleasing to see how well this has turned out. And I think for me, and I echo Mr. Magnuson's words, how important this goal or this vision is to improve the organ donation rate in Canada. And it's a wonderful project that's been undertaken here. And you know, sometimes you might wonder, as a grade 7 student, or a grade 8 student, or a grade 9 student, what really can I do as a young person? Well, I think if you have a vision, if you have a dream, and if you have a lot of courage and determination, you can make things happen, whether you're 12 or 14 years old. And I think Chris is a perfect example of somebody who has a vision and a dream and is working hard to make it come true. And on behalf of the Hamilton School Division, I want to welcome Chris and George here to our school, and I want to encourage all of you, just as Mr. Magnuson mentioned, to go home and spread the message of organ donation to your family and parents, because it is a vitally important thing. And once again, Chris, congratulations for your great work and for your dedication and courage. Thank you.
Our council of student leaders, that's the 2 leaders from each classroom, joined me in a short walk over to City Hall today, and we walked back with Chris. And certainly they are picking this up as a good project. Gabby Neufeld from the CSL has a presentation to make to Chris.
Chris, we support your wish, and we'd like you to have this pin to remind you that the STEINBACH Junior High is backing you up on your journey.
Well, we know it's a good project, but we want to hear a little bit more about it. And so we're going to hear from Chris and from George Marcello. I think first from Chris. So Chris, welcome here, and we're looking forward to hearing what you have to say.
Hi, my name is Kristopher Knowles. I am 13 years old. I've been waiting for a liver my whole life. The disease that caused me needing a liver is called Biliary Atresia. It is a common disease among infants. Most infants die shortly after birth. So far, I've been fortunate enough to still be alive. I've been in and out of the hospital most of my life. I've had over 20 operations that saved my life. I'm doing this walk to bring awareness to the shortage of organ and tissue needed. That's why I thought to myself that there was a way to save people's lives. And if I saved a lot of our lives, it makes us all worthwhile. That's why I'm walking across Canada, to save the 4,000 men, women, and children that are in need of an organ. I'm trying to inspire everybody to be an organ donor. Tell your friends and family about your wishes, and if you do, you're my hero, as well as everybody else's. Please don't take your organs to heaven. Heaven knows we need them here. And I'd like to thank the town of Steinbach for your support. Alone, I can't do this, but together we can. Please make my wish come true. Thank you.